exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream in me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Well, how the hell are y'all doing? I'm glad y'all are here. It's just Tuesday, baby. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm glad y'all are gathered around the table. Anyway, Dwayne Twizzle's here. So is Doug Sane, Debbie Capran, Roger Himmelwright, and Irene Lambert, and Dorothy Tyndall. Thank you both, baby. Yvette M. and John Mittler is here. Debbie Capran is here again. Helen Hernandez, Jamie B., Bunny Griffin, thank you, darling. Jeanette Miller, Vernon Sloan is with us. Amy Bowens, Nancy Halverson, Adina Michael, Gordon Marble. I don't know. I do know. He does know. And we're going to ask him about that anyway. Glad you're here. Let me see. Oscar, her, and Daniel Hackelman, Martina, thank you. Sherry Thibault. Cheryl Thibault. I'm going to go with that. That's like my name, baby. It's hard to pronounce. Anyway, I appreciate all y'all. Let me get this down here to the bottom so I can catch up with the chat. And boy, howdy shit, everybody's talking. I love it when y'all say hello to each other. Anyway, it's Tuesday. What's going on? Well, shit. Man, a lot's going on. We're talking about the boat strike still. Boy, howdy shit. Donald Trump don't know anything. Pete Hegseth don't know anything. They got a scapegoat, baby, in an admiral that gave the order. He's going to be the one to hang out to dry because Pete Hegseth doesn't know shit. He just saw the first part of the video and he had to leave the room because, pressing problems and other meetings and whatnot that, the Department of War has to attend to, So piss on this and he went on his way. So he didn't see the second strike. But what bothers me is the time they're talking about, the time frame between the first strike and the second strike. Oh, my God. Are you shitting me? It could be up to as much as an hour later. An hour later? And you see two guys hanging onto the edge of the boat and you take a second strike? Boy, that's bullshit. I don't care whose book you're in. That's bullshit. And it's all bullshit. I think this whole thing that we're playing with these boats in Venezuela, it's all bullshit. I don't know what it's designed to do, either distract from Epstein or go after oil or whatever the hell it is. But it flies in the face when he pardons ex-Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was convicted of drug trafficking in the United States. As a matter of fact, made several comments about screw the United States. He's throwing cocaine up their nose, all sorts of shit, and Donnie pardons him. That doesn't make sense when we're going after the drug trade in Venezuela and Maduro, and we got to get the bad guy. We're going to get that guy because, he's a terrible president. Well, what do you think Hernandez was? And what makes me think that somehow, there ain't a little payoff going on this shit. Why else would Donnie all of a sudden just feel it in his heart to go pardon the ex-president of Honduras because, he dabbled in some drugs. So what? But it's bullshit. And every one of us should recognize this crap for what it is. It's whatever distraction he's going on here. It's going to cost American lives. He's talking about making airstrikes in Venezuela. Talking about putting troops on the ground. Because we want to stop the flow of drugs. Hell, if you want to stop that, why don't you go jump after China's ass? That's where all these precursors, they're shipped to Venezuela or Colombia. and then they make the fentanyl out of that shit. Why don't you go over there and blow up some boats over there, Dottie? Ain't gonna do that shit. No, this is very selective. Those boats we're blowing up are not gonna reach the United States shoreline. They're not gonna land on our beach and deliver the fentanyl. Anyway, before I call in my compassionate co-host, I got mail, baby, and so I want to brag about that. I got a card, and I'm going to mess this name up. I do believe Cooksters, in from Bradford, North Carolina, and he was a lifelong Texan, moved to West North Carolina last year, and then he finds my YouTube account. And he says he really misses the Texas brisket, HEB, and Tex-Mex. And so we made. He says keep kicking ass. I intend to do that. And he didn't put a first name in there. So quoted Davy Crockett, "You can all go to hell. I'm going to go to Texas." That's what Davy Crockett said. Anyway, and then I got mail from a Miss Reva Gugelmotti, from Wellsburg, West Virginia. A beautiful card, and in loving memory of Dean and Josh, who I assume are very dear to her, and she also included a very nice $20 bill in there for expenses. So I appreciate that tremendously. And then let's just throw shit on the floor. Anyway, I also got mail from Miss Linda Gallup, who is a longtime Blue Dot family member. I hope she's in the chat right now. It was a beautiful card, a little Christmas card here, and had a little Christmas tree on the front of it. Let me see here. She's telling me, watch out for prickly pants and hats and sun salmon. As I do, she's alluding to the fact that this was not the only thing I was going to get from her. I got the card, which included inside this card a $20 Wendy's gift certificate, which me and Tyler put to very good use. Thank you very much. But that's not all she sent. She also sent a payday, and she thinks she knows that's one of my favorite candies. And she sent some cat temptations for the little kitties around here, which I have a few. And then she also sent, and me and Tyler are going to have fun with this. This is a kit, and it's Navajo Mike's fry bread mix, and with a jar of prickly pear jalapeno cactus jam. And so me and Tyler, believe it or not, we have made a promise. We are going to sit in the kitchen and we are going to bake this bread and have that with the jam. So Linda, thank you very much, darling. I appreciate it. It was very nice to be able to go to the post office, walk up there and put the key in, all that stuff, the drama, and open it up, and boy, howdy shit, I had 2 cards, a package, and a postcard. Boy, howdy shit. I felt
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry freaking Christmas. Hello, Mr. Chick.
Hi, John.
How are you doing, darling?
I'm feeling a little punky today, but other than
punky.
that,
Good.
yeah, just
Good.
feel a little rough.
Yeah. Let's get after it then. Yeah.
Well,
Who we?
yeah, I was digging around today and actually stumbled upon this off of, I kind of went left and found it. But there's a man who used to do a vlog. He's on Facebook now.
Right.
His name is Jim Wright with a W.
Right.
But he used to do what is called stonekettle.com was his vlog, which I stumbled on the one that was left at the top, and it's actually dated Tuesday, November 26, 2024.
Oh, wow.
And I was reading it, and I did not realize that because it was apropos to what's going on.
How time goes by and things remain the same.
Right, and I'm gonna surmise the very first part where he talks about what Donald was promising with these tariffs before he was elected, and then what he was saying after he was elected. Because first it was all about jobs and blah 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 and whatever, and then all of a sudden it was about other countries and their drugs. I'm going to start putting tariffs on you if you don't stop them drugs.
Right. Right.
Yeah, there was that, remember? So he goes on to talk about the war on drugs, and he himself was in, I think it was actually, he was a Navy
I am
man.
Deborah. Oh yeah.
Yep. And there's a picture of him and 18 other Navy men sitting on large duffel bag sized bricks of cocaine on the deck of a ship with a helicopter behind them.
Right.
They used to go and go after the drugs, right?
Yeah. Seize them.
This
Seize
yeah,
them.
this one happened to be, the picture was taken near the Galapagos, he said.
Ah,
But that's what he did for quite a long time. He was one of those, along with DEA and all the other, people that go out and about and try and do that. We did this big thing on the cops or whatever. It says,
right.
and all our work, all that risk, the millions it cost to send us down there. He was in South America, or south of the border, he said. Accomplished exactly fuck all.
Nothing.
It didn't do a damn thing, never has, and never will. The price of cocaine on the streets of America was unaffected. The war on drugs is a joke, and we lost long
It
ago.
is.
But it's more than that. See, the entire operation is rotten. Those charged with commanding this war, they're all in on it. They have billion-dollar budgets. They fly around in commandeered DHS and Coast Guard choppers, that they have every bit of high-tech kit and every rugged all-terrain toy you can imagine. They're tricked out in every weapon system there is, and they make hundreds of thousands a year. They don't want the war on drugs to end. It's their lives.
No.
It makes them important and powerful, and they get to push everyone else around, and they get to kill people. It makes them badass, full-on swagger.
Badasses.
And it makes them rich, the corrupt ones anyways. And
Doesn't
there
do a
are
damn thing
plenty
about
of
the drugs,
those,
though. Yeah.
top to bottom. That's what you learn hunting drug runners. It's all bullshit. Theater. No one wants it to end. Not the drug lords. Sure as hell not the Drug Enforcement Agency. Americans, be they scummy low-life street thugs or white-collar stock traders, they love drugs. We don't want drugs taken off the streets.
Nope.
There's so much drugs made and flowing into the U.S. that when my team and I took tons of coke off the street, it had zero effect on the price of cocaine on the street. But let's say you actually could. Let's say you actually could interrupt the supply to get a degree that it would actually affect the price of illegal drugs for the end user. Price of fentanyl will rise sharply. Remember that tweet from Elon Musk? It was, anyways, that's where he got this from. Let's say you could do that with tariffs or otherwise, and the price of opiates did rise sharply, just like the price of booze did when a bunch of pinch-faced religious nuts imposed prohibition on America. Americans didn't stop drinking, though.
Nope.
Not even a little bit. And as a result, you got a massive increase in violent crime, a massive increase in gang violence. You remember Al Capone? We make movies about how bad it was, about how much an utter and predictable failure prohibition was. You got a massive increase in illicit booze smuggled across the border and manufactured at home. And you got a massive increase in alcohol poisoning deaths because people were drinking everything from drain cleaner to rubbing alcohol to moonshine that they made in their bathtubs. And a lot of people got very, very rich. Some smuggling the booze, some trying to stop the smuggling of the booze. Either was a good gig if you could get it.
Either one.
But what you didn't get was any less drinking. Just like you're not going to get any less drug addicts if you manage to choke off the fentanyl supply. They'll just shove the drain cleaner or whatever the drug equivalent is into their veins. Tariffs won't stop drug addicts, just like the war on drugs hasn't stopped drugs and instead only made things worse. Trump told us tariffs were about revenue, about jobs, about buying American, but it was always about social engineering, just like prohibition was. It was always about punishing us for not believing Trump's bullshit. And we're all going to get punished. Yes, we are. We're all going to pay because Canada didn't stop Mexicans from smuggling Chinese-made drugs so Trump could take credit and declare himself a genius hero. Trump is going to impose a tax on foreign nations that we will pay. Not the foreign nation, costs. American drug addicts aren't going to suddenly just stop using drugs because Trump imposed tariffs, just like Americans didn't stop drinking because of prohibition. Drug cartels aren't going to stop smuggling opiates because tomatoes cost $20 each in American grocery stores. And that's what's going to happen. Most of the tomatoes in the U.S. come from Mexico and Canada, being the second largest supplier. 25% tariff on tomatoes, including canned and processed. You think that can be offset by increased domestic production? Remember, that was the original promise. Tariffs will bring back production to America. So you massively jack up the prices of imported produce, and American farmers will ramp up production and reap the reward while creating millions of new jobs, right? Except Trump plans to use the army to round up millions of produce workers and put them in concentration camps for deportation. And farmers have no idea who will pick their crops as they are, let alone any increase in acreage. I mean, Americans sure aren't going to pick produce in the boiling San Joaquin Valley sun for less than minimum wage. And what's that going to do to former heroin addict RFK Jr.'s plan to make us eat more healthy? But I digress. Tell me, what do you think that's going to do to the price in your grocery stores, in your local pizza place, etc.? Eggs? You're mad about the price of eggs and that's why you had to vote for Trump? The U.S. imports $44 million worth of eggs from Canada every year and about $7 million from China. What do you think the price of eggs will be in January 21st? Remember, this was written on November 26, 2024. Of course, it wasn't really just about tomatoes or eggs. It's about everything. You personally, you're going to pay out of your pocket to finance Trump's childishly petulant plan to punish foreign governments for a drug problem caused by an American pharmaceutical company that will ultimately not affect the drug addicts in any fashion, just like the war on drugs, just like prohibition. When this idiotic plan results in economic chaos and massive increase in crime, and it will, Trump will cancel the tariffs, declare the fentanyl problem fixed, China punished, the border secure, and Republicans will cheer. Huzzah! We won! We won!
Told
we
you.
won. That's what they'll tell you. But I thought that was some of that
Are you shitting me?
was pretty amazing that he wrote that a year ago, almost
A year
exactly
ago.
a year ago.
Yeah.
And he nailed a lot of it.
He nailed right on the nail on the head when he talks about if we think we're going to stop drugs from coming into this country. No, we're not. No, we're not. And he's right. The writer was right about it being just a big game. The Drug Enforcement Agency, the amount of money we pour into drug. You know what we need to do? Legalize the shit out of it. Provide as much health care as you possibly can for those who have too much, and do it like civilized nations around the world do. But no, we want to make it a crime, so we can put your ass in jail, because we make money on the jail too. It's a whole damn system.
Again, we're hearing that whole declaration of this is a war. This is a war.
This is a war.
Mm-hmm. This is a war.
The war will
and it's
go
like,
on. The war's
we've
been
heard
going
this
on all my
before.
life.
It didn't look like, killing fishermen in fishing boats and I'm going to say right here that some of those fishing boats or those boats, they're coming from an area. A lot of the boats are coming from an area. Some of them are from around Colombia and not just Venezuela. It's all along the coast there. And they are fairly impoverished and having a hard time. Now they're scared to death to even go fishing at this point. But some of them are taking big chances when they're offered money to just pilot a boat. They don't know what's on it.
What got me on about this
They're
one
just
was
piloting
there
a
were
boat.
11 people in this boat.
Yeah.
That's not 11 drug smugglers. There's something
Usually
else
when
going on in
there's
that boat.
Well, and the thing is, I've seen some of those boats, and they're not what I would call huge for going out on an ocean. At least not in my mind. I want something bigger under me.
They're not coming to the United States. They're not.
But they
They're
stuff
not.
them to those men. They can't move in that boat when they go fishing. It's all about having the hands to pull the nets, and they stuff a lot of people on those boats just to go out and do that.
There could be a lot of reasons, but let's assume he's right, and they're carrying drugs. Let's assume that right off the bat. When did we just start killing people? When did we just start shooting first, ask questions later? We
Exactly.
have a
When did
Coast
we
Guard.
become that?
We have the capability. If we got eyes on them with a missile, we could put eyes on them with a helicopter. We swoop down. We get a boat next to them. We take the drugs as evidence. We get the people. We prosecute their ass. That's the way we do it. That's
Well,
the way
and
we do
didn't
it
I
in this
hear
country.
I did watch a little bit of the cabinet meeting thing, even though
Oh,
I took one for the team, John. I
yeah,
swear it was hard.
I
But
bet.
did I hear Hegseth say something refer to an imminent threat? It's like, well, number one, you said you weren't watching that close.
Yeah, yeah.
Number
He walked
two,
out right after the first hit.
if you've smithereened it, how could they even have anything to eminently threaten you with?
There was
They
no.
were
That's the whole
clinging to
conversation here.
leftovers. Good God.
They'd say they're doing it to
Yeah.
protect America from what? At what point was there a threat to the United States when that second hit was ordered? I go
Right.
as
What
far as say,
gonna
what was
do?
what even the first hit, you're just indiscriminately killing people because you think they're doing something. And even if they are doing it, there are laws, there are ways that we can interdict these people. We don't just start
Okay.
killing people indiscriminately.
I hope this
If
takes them down. I really does. I
I
mean,
hope
everything is a distraction. Everything's a distraction about
if
Epstein.
yeah,
Epstein,
yeah,
Epstein. Don't
yeah.
forget
We're
Epstein.
not talking about Epstein right now. And where are those Epstein files anyway? Hey, before we bring in
Yeah.
our first guest, let me thank ES44 Driver who came in with a $20 donation. It said the only thing that happens when you ban something is making a bunch of thugs rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Because
what
people
happens.
find ways
That's
to
what happens.
get the stuff. Yeah.
You can't stop people from participating in drugs, in substances. So you might as well try to mitigate the damage it does in people's lives the best way you can. But on the note of drugs as a whole, I think we're going after the wrong drug dealers. Because I think most people in this country have a problem with prescription drugs, baby. The pills that you
Yeah.
get from the doctor. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's a whole nother, the
That's a whole other,
pharmaceutical
yes. Yeah.
dealers. We'll call them dealers. Pharmaceutical
Dealers, yeah.
dealers.
That's just what, because Americans face a lot of shit in their lives, so we turn to substances. And a lot of people, alcohol is the answer. I went down that road a long time. Uh, Finally got off that wagon.
Mhm.
Now I'm moderate myself very much on my drinking. My drug of choice is pot, which I've been doing ever since I was about 18 years old. And
Mind you, all during the illegal years. Yep.
oh, I did my little bout with cocaine and whatnot. I've had my troubles with them that I never did understand. I swear, I say it to this day. I never understood cocaine. The only thing cocaine ever made me want to do is more cocaine. Didn't get me
Huh.
high, didn't get me a buzz, didn't do anything except think, oh, I need more. That's what the problem is. I need more. And yeah, it damn near ruined my marriage, and so it cost me. And
Yeah.
and I gave it up. And nowadays, all I do is sit back and smoke my pot and ponder the world
And get in trouble here on the Blue Dot.
and get in trouble. That's what I have a habit of doing. Anyway, I see Uncle Fatty's down here. Ozzy's been in there. He's had his hand up ever since he came in the
Yeah,
room.
get Ozzy. I'm going to check on the election and see
Yeah.
what's up.
Oh, we got what? We got about a half
It's
hour or so before
closed.
the polls close in
No, they
Tennessee.
close it. They close
Huh?
at 7
They
They
close
close
at
at 7
7.
Eastern, I think, right? Are they still Eastern?
Oh, maybe you're right because maybe I was paying attention to the. Anyway, hello, Dave.
I might be wrong.
Hi guys, hi, Mr. Chick. I'm angry. I'm annoyed. I want to tell you what the world feels, or what I feel, which I think is what the general world feels. But there's so many fucking areas that Trump has done. You know, I was
It's hard to
about
narrow
to jump
one
in on the
down.
last show. Yeah, right. But look, I was about to jump in on the last show, but I got called away, and unfortunately, that didn't happen. But I've got things in my head that are blowing me up. Look, those boats coming across there, like you say, let's assume some of them are drug boats. They weren't all
Right.
drug boats. It's not like this is when he's doing that. And as you say, they were going to America. They can't get to America. Not enough
No.
fuel, and the oceans they would have to encounter, they'd be swamped in no time. But they weren't CIA approved, so they were knocked out. The biggest drug deal in the world, sorry guys, is the CIA. The government needs to look at itself with the CIA. They have made billions.
They have
John?
over.
Yeah.
Yes. As
I
a matter
mean,
of fact,
seriously,
remember the stories about how the cocaine itself was marketed towards the white collar industry, and crack was introduced into the black industry population. It's the same drug.
You can. There's people sitting in prison that ran drugs for the CIA on their airplanes.
Not the president of Honduras.
But CIA stands for cocaine import agents. That's what they
Is
are.
that what it stands for?
Yeah, it does, mate, because they're no more than that. But the issue here is these boats being blown up is yes, we all know it's a war crime, but we all know why Trump's doing it. And as Mr. Chick just said, and you laid it on, Epstein. It's all about blocking. And we've not been talking about Epstein for 10 days.
Nope.
No one has.
And if we
It's
go to
all
war,
about killing on the ocean.
And that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah. Lives are cheap, Mr. Chick. To Trump, lives are cheap. They're nothing. He doesn't know these people. Fuck him. He'll just blow them out of the water. But you got people like Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, and Ben Shapiro saying, hey, this is not what we signed up for. And they're on the live podcast as a joint group saying, we are not going to go down this path of what MAGA is doing now. Or they've got this new name. Guys. Well, they've got this new name, or Trump banted this name out, right, Trumpublican or Republicans. Did you hear that?
I did hear something about that.
About what now?
Republicans.
Changing
the name, to Republicans. Like TR Republicans or Republicans. To make Trump a part of the Republican. Yeah.
To put the TR in there
that's
for
what
Trump.
He's doing. Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That's fucking wonderful. Let them.
Yeah,
let them make their own damn party. The Trump party.
Well, right, because the MAGAs are leaving them even.
Yeah, the MAGA's taking it on the chin. They got to find a new
approval rating. His approval rating, even according to Fox, is well in the 30%, 31%, struggling to get to 32. And all of his policies, well, not policies, we haven't seen a policy. The only policy he's come up with is blowing things up, and dividing the country even more. And now he wants to divide the military. I'm getting to that part, but got this issue with Trump, a loose cannon. He's a loose cannon. And everyone's too scared of this guy to ask him the questions. He's still abusing reporters. The other day, he's abusing another reporter. It's all fear, bully tactics. But what's he got to back himself up? Nothing. Everyone that stands up to this bastard.
We're waiting on everybody to figure that out. I'm waiting on a reporter to come back on his ass when he does say something belligerent. Hello, say something about little piggy or something. I want to see that reporter turn around and say, "Oh, you look like you somebody calling somebody else piggy, you little fat son of a bitch. Why don't you get on a treadmill?" That's what I want to hear.
He came right out and called Elon Omar garbage today.
That was awful.
Garbage. It was.
This is not a president. This is Ema. What's her name? Ema.
Elon Omar.
Elon Omar. Yes, the congresswoman. Yes.
Garbage.
Garbage. Yep. And her whole community garbage.
Yep.
Doesn't that sound like a hell of an American? Doesn't that sound like an American?
It's not American, John.
No, he's not.
You sound like.
No, he's not. He's a disgusting pig of a man. That's all I can.
Trump is using.
Huh?
Sorry, John, but Trump is using the court of public opinion. This is how he's getting fucking control. See, he always makes sure he has the last word or the last statement. And it's always a shocking one because you remember that last statement. So if he offends someone or calls Biden whatever it may be, that's his last statement. And you're in fucking, what did you just say? What did you just say?
Everything goes
And
to
that's
Biden.
what.
Every statement he makes, it's somewhere in the statement. There's something about the sleepy Joe Biden and how terrible Biden
Right.
did everything. Everything is Biden.
Biden,
You know,
Biden.
yeah,
He,
Biden.
he has to
That's
own
everything
everything.
hinges
Yes,
on
Biden on
on
the-
somebody else being terrible to make himself look good, and it's disgusting. You know,
But
you
the
have to
problem-
wonder, huh?
The
The
problem
problem-
in the other problem is that this Nick Fuentes guy, this Nazi that Trump had at the White House a few years ago, in his
Right.
first term, I believe. But
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes is has a big website. I've got to say, I don't want to say that he's got, I think, a 1.7 or 1.8 million subscriptions. But bottom line is, his numbers
There's a lot of
sadly
racists
have
in this
gone.
country.
These numbers have gone up, John, which is not a good sign. It means that
So
the
have
division is becoming wider. The gap between decent people and pure maggots and pure Nazis is become wider. Now that can lead to two things. That can lead to a clash of like a war, or it can turn the country into like East and West Germany with the fucking wall. You know,
Neither one of
you
them's
want
going to work,
to be
Dave.
nice.
Neither one of them's going to work. There ain't no place to put a wall here.
Exactly.
You know,
It's
there's
not
no place to
America.
put a
America's
wall.
a
And as
country
far
of
as
freedom.
I do worry about the violence. I do worry about something happening. But in certain parts of the country, yeah. But I think for the majority of us, we drive around town, we drive around wherever we are, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that. We have flashpoints.
Can I make my last?
Sure, go ahead.
I just want to make the last statement, John, because I'm pumped up here. I want to make my, and I'm sorry to interrupt there, but and I know you've got
No, go
Uncle
ahead.
Fatty
Go
waiting
ahead.
in the wings, but I want to say something I really fear it's going to happen to America. I really feel that Trump is with the generals leaving, which is not good, and the generals have been kicked out, admirals, same thing. With those guys going, it makes the fight against illegal orders harder, not easier. So, it means that they're going to be replaced with oath to Trump and not the Constitution type generals and admirals, which is not going to help it when I know that Trump's going to ask to put troops in the streets, because I think the people are going to say, we've had enough, get him out. And whether it be next month or in a year's time, these troops are being slowly divided, and the lefties are being wormed out. And if best, they'll get kitchen duty. But any military officer or Marine that goes into the streets of America to defend the actions of a man and not the Constitution, to not defend a war that you're not at, your country's been at peace for a short period of time, and you guys have loved it. The world has loved it. When Afghanistan was all done and dusted with and it was all over with, we loved it. But any military soldier that follows orders to go out in the streets and take down American citizens are no more than mercenaries. They are not U.S. Marines anymore.
I believe
They're
that-
not
that's-
U.S. soldiers anymore. It's
I
not the
think that's
United
the whole
States Marine
point.
Corps. It
I think
becomes
that's
the
the whole
United
point
States
of the-
Mercenary Corps.
That's the point of the commercial that the Congress and senators put out. Mark Kelly and the others that put out. My little thing that went in my head today is I wonder if, because remember this story that we're hearing about the double tap on the boat.
Sick of
The
it.
only reason we
You
know
know
that is
what,
because
John?
somebody leaked.
They should have grabbed those guys, John. They should have rescued those guys and got intel from them. A good soldier,
There's a lot of things we should have done we didn't do, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
There was no intel to be had, Dave.
No, there's
Yeah,
there's
no
nothing you're going to
witnesses
gain
wanted.
from that.
They might be
I
fishermen.
forgot
Make
where I
sure
was
they're
going.
dead.
I forgot where I
I'm
was
sorry,
going with
John,
that.
but I'm
That's all
just
right.
angry.
No,
I'm going
I
to
can
mute
hear the
myself.
passion in your voice, buddy. All of us need to be this upset.
We're all angry. We're all
We
angry.
are. This
I'm
is
going to mute
it's
myself and make a coffee.
Okay.
make a hello,
Make it a
fatty.
decaf, buddy. Make it a
Yeah.
decaf, Dave.
Hello, fatty. How you doing?
What's up, buddy? Man. Well, I'll tell you what. First of all,
Dave's on it
concerning the
today,
drugs,
baby. Huh?
you legalize it, and I will advertise it.
What's that?
I totally agree with you. We need to legalize this shit. This
You
whole
know,
excuse of the drugs. You know, this war on drugs has cost America more
it has.
than anything else that
It
we've ever
has,
done.
and it's done nothing.
And it basically, it bankrolls
It's
the
done
jails, it
nothing to
bankrolls
reduce
the
drug use
prisons.
in this country. It's
Nope,
filled
it's
prisons.
made it worse.
Yeah. It's devastated families. It's cost people their lives. When all we have to do is recognize it for what it is. It's an addiction, baby. You know?
Yeah, man.
And
And I've-
how you
yeah,
end
I've
up
been there.
on using a particular drug, there's a lot of reasons. There are a myriad of reasons of what makes that person start the first time. But once they do, and it
Depression,
gets out
John.
of, there's
Depression, John.
a lot
Yeah.
of it
If you're
is.
depressed, you
Yep.
you
You're
will
looking
try
for an
something to
escape
get
into
out of that
something else.
depression.
Escapism.
And because you know
Yeah.
why? How much are the drugs for depression? The doctor said you've got depression, take
Yeah.
these drugs. But in America, how much is that going to fucking cost? You haven't got
Plenty.
universal health care.
Plenty.
Exactly. So what's cheaper, John? What's cheaper? Off the street.
The cheaper option would be to legalize it and provide medical care and everything, but it would
Yeah.
take away
And
the
just
profit
free
margin
education
from
alone.
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your people happy, not sad. Then they won't use fucking drugs. Make their lives better. You're there to make their lives better, not dealing drugs or pardon drug dealers that are putting in this position. You know, you're not there to enrich yourself. You're there to enrich the people of your fucking country, which you've got the money to do. Just bad management of all that money because it's being squandered into other people's pockets.
18 men own as much wealth and as much money as 70% of all of the rest of the public.
Tell me how that's justified.
You know,
Explain to me.
when the brown shirts took over, there was one per 10,000. There was one troop per 10,000 citizens.
Jeez.
Right now, ICE is sitting at about 1 per 8,500. And by January, we'll be at like 1 in 7,500.
Let me catch up real quick because there's a comment here that'll play right into this. First off, let me thank Keith Thompson, who came in with a $5 donation, said, let's see the Epstein files and Trump's tax returns. The tax returns.
It's taken a while.
Damn
Fellas,
straight.
Taking a while.
And Shifty Lincoln came in with a $20 donation. Thank you, Shifty. And said, hey, John, I know others have as well, so if you don't mind, at Shifty Lincoln is my channel, and I started speaking truth to power and doing lives. Maybe one day I could bring you on. Shameless plug. Love you, brother. It's a plug, buddy. Go check out at Shifty Lincoln. I'm not this. I've said this before. This is not a competition between me and anybody else. There's people that came on way after me who's already shot way past me, and I'm tickled to death for them. I want you to listen to everybody you can. To Tennessee Brando, Texas Paul, the Midas Network. Just anybody. It just because it keeps you more involved in it. But yeah, check out at Shifty Lincoln, baby. And let me see. James Bossum came in with a $5 donation. Thank you very much. And Silly Bebo came in with a $5 donation and made this comment. Let's don't forget about the prison industrial complex,
Correct.
which
Making
is a
all the
big
military stuff.
part. Making
In its new
everything for
form.
everybody.
It's always been
It's
there.
slave labor is
Yep.
what it is. And once you
It
get
makes
into
it
that
makes
system,
98%.
Yes,
It makes 98% of your paint bases
of the goods.
in America.
Your tables,
Furniture.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just all slave labor.
And you know how much they get paid? You know how much
Not
they get
much,
paid
baby.
now with these
Not
guys?
much.
60 cents an hour. 60
Yeah,
cents an
it's
hour they
going
get,
to the
John.
bank, baby. Going to the bank, ain't it? Yes,
Right?
that's
Can't
a
even afford
big
your
part of it.
commissary at the end of the month.
The prison industrial complex that we have built in this nation. And we're building
that's where it's all
private
started,
prisons
John.
nowadays out the wazoo.
Well, the
The
most
stock is
biggest
traded on the
concentration
stock market depending on how many prisoners they have. Go figure.
Yeah.
More prisoners, better stock.
Well,
You know?
yeah, it's been private.
I gave you figures a long time ago, if you remember, that I said to you, how many percentage of under 18-year-olds are in school, and between 18 and 20-year-olds are in jail. And there was more 18 to 20-year-olds in jail than there was under 18s in school, meaning that once they left school and they got out and they were exposed to the public, I suppose, they were just picked on and arrested. And comparison to white, it was about 20% to 5%. There is so much more black people in jail at the age group of under 20
Yeah,
than there
by
are
far.
white.
By far. By far.
The
And
numbers
we
just
built
look
it
really
like
bad.
we've intentionally built it this way.
Well, we've militarized our freaking local police stations, our local sheriffs, our local state troopers. You know, each one of them's got a SWAT team. Each one of them's got, you know, heavy equipment, leftovers from military.
Good,
Don't
Grady.
talk about SWAT teams, Uncle Fatty. What about the SWAT
Take
team
my
that's
drugs for your
looking
sake.
after Cash Patel's girlfriend? He had a fucking SWAT, actual SWAT team
Yep.
from her
Protecting her.
hotel
They didn't get
to
their own
the air
private jet. I figured
and
they'd get their own
supplied the
plane.
fucking jet.
You know, yeah.
Let's talk about the militarization of our police departments and how they have cranked up and look like SWAT most of the time.
And you know,
And that
look like
money's
SWAT
coming from
lately.
somewhere.
We've
that
had a
money's
lot
Hell,
of
they
coming
look
from
like
somewhere. You'll
they
find
look
that in
like the
Republican
military,
areas,
except for the color
they
of the
have-
uniform.
they have all the fancy shit in
Yes, they
the
do.
Republican areas.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
they do.
I
And
mean,
these so-called ICE agents have got everything but guns. They've got taser guns, but they have not got bullet shooting guns.
That's thank goodness for
But
that.
I was in shock.
What makes me
I
think
was
if
in
they were
shock
walking
to
around with
see-
pistols, we'd see a whole lot more dead people on the highways.
I think so, yeah.
There is I'm sure there's worse than this, but I seen a video where on Midas where a woman was walking in the car park, and obviously whoever's with her, seeing what was behind her, but she didn't know it was behind her. He started recording, and he stepped right to the right hand side and started sort of half back walking, talking to her that way. And next minute, two ICE agents jumped out on the side. She dropped her head down. They looked at her and tried to get a look at her face, and she had an Asian look. Where you come from? Where were you born? It was like fucking watching, because it was all ugly. And this woman's in fear, and they took her away
That's what it's all about, baby.
with no reason. And she was talking
They're
like
not
an
done
American,
yet.
dressed like an American. She didn't speak Asian type
Now they're
accent,
talking.
nothing.
Now they're going to start targeting the
Ah,
Somali,
well,
the Somali
yes.
population. Yes,
I told
Ilhar
you
Oman's.
a while ago
Yeah.
about dual citizenships being cancelled out. Remember I said to you, hey, you know, Trump's going to lay on the dual citizens saying you're either one or
Every
the
girl's
other.
crazy
Well,
about a
that's
shot.
happening. That is happening because Melania, and I don't know why, but Baron Trump is under dual citizenship with Melania's country of birth. Melania has a dual citizenship. Now, there's senator.
It's a
I'm trying
backdoor
to think
plan
his
to get
name.
away, I guess.
Well, this senator's now saying that because he was from Romania and he swore an oath to America and gave up his Romanian citizenship, and he's got this policy going through, which will be approved, that you must be either American or if you're living in another country, if you're living in America, you've got another Jewish, you are one or the other. So what is Melania and Baron Trump going to do? They have to swear an oath. They have to do the full citizenship thing. Swear the oath.
Normally,
None of this.
I've always had
She came she came on an Einstein fucking whatever they
I
are.
normally leave first ladies alone because that's the way it is. But it's hard to do that with her because she's such
she hates Christmas.
She hates
She doesn't like
everything.
Christmas. She hates it.
She'll go and
She hates
smile for
Christmas, that's
shit.
all
She
thing.
just got this stalky look about her that she thinks she's still on the runway modeling clothes. I don't know what she thinks she is, but it's just cold, hard. There's no life
I think
there.
she's stuck.
There's
That's
nothing.
what she is.
She's just a. She's
And
just
she was also a
decoration.
good friend of Epstein. She was also
Well,
a
yeah.
good friend of Epstein. It wasn't
Everybody
just
was
Trump.
a good friend of Epstein, evidently.
Yeah.
until they weren't.
until they
She's
weren't.
all up in
Yeah.
this file.
Yeah,
That's a
until
whole
they
nother deal
weren't.
about it.
You know
Yeah.
what your president's doing? Your president is running a protection racket for the world's dictators. He's dealing with them, and he's getting money
He's
out of these
making
deals
deals.
from
He's making
somewhere.
this. Tell me there ain't a
They're
deal
buying
with this Honduran president getting out of prison.
Yeah,
In
there
just
is.
a short
This
time, he was
Honduran
just sentenced,
president,
what, a year and a half ago, maybe? He just started
he
serving a
bought bitcoins,
45-year
John.
sentence. All of a
He
sudden,
bought
out of the
Trump
blue,
Bitcoin.
boom. Pardon. For what?
Bitcoin. He bought Trump's
telling you,
Bitcoin. He
I'm
bought
telling
millions
you,
of dollars
that's
worth.
exactly what it is. You locked. There's a payoff somewhere. That pardon was paid for, baby. Big time.
Yeah.
Big money. I
Already
have
got
no
record
doubt
of it.
whatsoever.
Hidden in
Because
plain
that's who our
sight.
president is. Hey, I'm going to bring somebody in. I don't know who they are. It's the first time I've seen them down here, so I want to invite them in, give them an opportunity to use their voice in here. Let's see if they come up. BMEG. Are you with us?
Hello.
How you
Yes,
doing?
I am with y'all. Yes.
Outstanding. What
Good
is
evening.
the BMEG? What is that?
Those are just my initials of my full
Oh.
name. My name is Blaze. Just call me that if you wish.
Okay,
So you
Blaze.
don't have to
Blaze.
read the whole
Outstanding.
acronym out.
Not a problem.
We got a
Not
Blaze and
problem.
I'm Fatty, so let's blaze the Fatty. I love it.
Well, yep, there you go, baby.
I mean that.
We're
Yeah,
all-
I used to be mega fat ass at some point in my life, so that do fit. That do
Yeah,
fit.
no fit.
Nice.
Anyway, well, welcome to the
What-
show.
What's your
What-
opinion?
Wait, my opinion on what, Mr. Dave?
Well,
On-
basically on the on what's happening to your country.
God help us. Jesus, help us, please. We are like neck deep in shit right now.
Yeah.
We have it resembles the Holocaust and Nazi Germany to a uncomfortable degree. That's my main opinion. There's a lot that, I mean, I don't like anything about this regime. First off, we have a man that we have a man in the White House currently that was best friends with the world's most elite pedophile, probably is one himself. I've come to that
Probably.
conclusion after some of the research I've did.
Yeah.
So that's the man we chose to be our God Emperor King. A chomo who has cankles so large they look like a wedge tornado.
Yeah, he's got some
Falling
health problems
asleep.
going on.
Falling asleep constantly, hateful, racist, probably has my nipple is probably longer than his dick.
Yeah.
I'm like
I think that's been proven.
Yeah, this is the man we chose to be our God King, ladies and gentlemen. Let
Indeed.
that sink in, people of America. Let that sink in. And I would like to kind of tell a little bit of a story here. I was a
Go ahead.
far-right person, and I converted away. And I think I'll talk a little bit about that because
Yep.
Welcome to our
the
welcome
journey
this
to
side.
become. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been on this side for a few years, but the
Yeah.
road out of hell is long. I'll put
I'm
it
sure.
that way. The road out of hell is long. I started off. I was influenced by fascist people online, not unlike the Fuentes types, which is why I fear for today's youth because they're following Fuentes and Tate and all of these alt-right, incel, insane people. I remember I was convinced that the left hated me, basically. I was convinced that the left hated men and white people and me, and I didn't exactly grow up in the most progressive area
Right.
in the world. So I turned to neo-fascism.
A lot of people will
neo-Nazism
adopt
to cope.
whatever their local atmosphere is. If you live way out in the country and you have a bunch of good old boys, probably going to follow along with the good old boys. In different situations we put ourselves in, tend to guide where we go.
Yeah. And in my area, the good old boys were, very, very racist people. And I remember I was just the main reason, I guess, that I got into neo-Nazism is because I thought that, I feel like a depressed, miserable fuck, and these people are telling me my entire race is the superior one. I
Mhm.
feel very good about myself. And then at some point, a little bit funny, the way that I got out first was when I realized that I was queer, and that if I told any of these people that I'd
Oh,
associated
that wouldn't
they
go
would
over
hate
good.
me.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't
Yeah.
go over good.
That wouldn't that wouldn't go over good. That'd be like that'd be like going to an area like a church in my area and screaming out "Hail Satan" or something. It wouldn't
Yeah,
go
yeah,
over good. You
yeah,
know what I
Right.
mean?
yeah.
And
But then again, the Cowboys always got caught out back in the barn together. So,
That long lonely trails
and
out there. I'm just saying. I'm
and
just
the
saying.
brothers up here that were doing the same thing were doing the same thing too. So I think
Well,
you
and
got out
also
right at
that
the right
the
time.
latest insult to use American people, which you don't realise, and it's just been reported, that the IRS has been sharing information with ICE,
Oh yeah.
with
that
all
doesn't
tax
surprise me.
information.
Doesn't
This
surprise me a
just in:
bit.
water is wet. This just in:
Yeah.
oxygen is what your lungs need.
Yeah, yeah,
Flood the zone.
yeah.
Flood the zone.
Do you? Is there
So
anybody
your
that trusts
that's your
anybody within this
privacy.
Trump administration to do the
You
right
need
thing?
court orders to do that shit. You need to be in court
We
with a
used
major
to.
crime.
Not nowadays, Dave.
That
Nowadays we got a grand poobah,
Yeah.
buddy. All we need is his okay, his thumbs up. We're on it, baby.
You
Hell,
can
send in
declassify
somebody.
things
Bring
just
in
by
a wrecking
thinking
ball. Let's
about it.
tear down half the White House. He doesn't give a shit about rules, laws, regulations, the Constitution. He
well,
doesn't give a shit
what he's
about
doing.
anything.
There is an act somewhere. I don't know the number or the dot dash whatever, but in the Constitution there's a thing that was used hundreds of years ago. It's antiquated, probably should have been removed, but it's called, and I think it might have been removed, and it's still listed as things that are not now. Is called re-immigration. Is whereas they enforce this Re-Immigration Act, and no matter what the situation is, no matter where you were born, if you weren't born in America, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that you could have been living in America with your American husband from a teenager, had a child, raised a family, you're now 50 years of age or 60, you're out because you were born in Venezuela or whatever it may have been. That's what this act was, and they pulled it out. Well, this is what they're using now, all the lines of that act. You can
That's
Google it. It's called the Re-Immigration Act.
That's Chapter 11 in the mandate for leadership as well.
Thank you.
This
It's
was
there
all
to be
planned.
used.
This is all right there in Project 2025. All of this is.
Everything is. This
Everything
whole
from
damn.
SNAP to.
So if you
to
want to know
the
where this is
military-
leading to,
I mean, yeah.
it's fascism.
we got to start getting really
Authoritarian
fucking loud.
fascism is what we're looking at here.
Badly.
Yeah, the main, I started to realize something. Well, I mean, I knew something was way wrong from the beginning. You know, when Trump won for a second time, I knew something was way wrong. But when I really started to realize, Jesus Christ, we are on the road to fascism, is the things that this regime has been doing resemble what I would have wanted America to be doing whenever I used to be on the right.
It's exactly the same stuff I used to hear being preached out of the Church of Jesus Christ Christian up here. That was the same type of deal where they're literally preaching from the pulpit. And we have a spiritual problem in America right now. We have a bunch of good Christian people that really think they're doing the right thing by ushering in a Messiah.
I'm going to go ahead and say, if Jesus with skin of bronze and hair of wool, like he was described in the Bible, came back and told these people
They
stop,
deport him.
Yeah.
They would hang him on a cross again.
ICE
They
would
hang
jump
him
out
up
of a
on
vehicle
fucking
and
cross again.
slam him to the ground, baby. He'd be deported in a heartbeat.
I heard he was born again on Y2K at the stroke of midnight. He's currently stuck down at the southern border, down by the water. He's helping people learn how to
Trying to
fish
get
and bake
in.
some bread.
Yeah. It's,
You know,
I'd
I
like
do.
to
I
see.
do
I'd
have a
like to
problem
see,
because of the, and I do. Well, thank you. I like my sweater. Uh,
Well, you were saying something earlier too, John, about just kind of going through the not rehab or whatever, but just that getting off of something.
oh
And
yeah.
cult mentality is
Oh,
exactly like an addiction. I've been saying it, and it is.
it
It's
is.
it's the same emotional blood
You
chemistry,
get a high off
brain
of it.
chemistry
You and
that
your
happens,
buddies.
and it's
Fuck them.
everything
I'm
about
voting
it.
for Trump. You know,
And getting out of it,
um,
man. I had buddies that didn't get out of that game, and are still
speaking of
bootstepping
speaking of
red
getting a
suspenders
high,
wherever.
buddy. There's a guy. There's a fucking Californian senator called Darrell Isa, ISSA, I think it is. Because of the illegal redrawing of the lines that Newsom had done in California, all done above water the right way. This guy is the current Republican member in a certain
right?
area, and he's in trouble with this new line drawn. He is
He
basically
don't
now
like the
been
new
thrown
lines.
into a blue area. Yep. So guess where he's running to? Your territory, John. He's coming to Mexico. He believes he can get a seat in Mexican's Senate as a
In
senator of
Mexico.
Mexico. So he's come. Yeah. So that seat's going to become vacated. Bear
Wait
in
a minute.
mind the
You say he's
ramifications
going
of
to
this.
Mexico?
He's going to Texas.
He's coming to Texas because
He's
he
coming
thinks
to
he's got a
Texas
better shot here.
because I don't know who he's spoken to down there, but he feels he's better off in Texas now than he is in California due to the
I
redrawing of the
wouldn't bet on
lines.
it. I wouldn't bet on it.
Eh,
You know, just like
I
everywhere
mean,
else in the country, Texas is getting about fed up with this shit. You know, and we're getting a bit fed up with our stupid ass governor who just falls all over himself trying to please Donnie in any way he can. It's embarrassing. As a Texan,
I
I'm
mean,
plumb
Would you like
embarrassed
to?
about my governor. He
Would,
grovels.
would you like to, as Americans, to see a Newsom Kelly ticket for 28? Newsom Kelly
Or Kelly Newsom.
or
You
Kelly
know,
Newsom?
we're
Either
looking
way.
at, you know, Gavin Newsom is a big possibility. Mark Kelly, I'm
Done
thinking
a
he could
great
do it
job,
too.
didn't he, on that
He's got a
speech?
great uh, uh, base going, and the
He's
timing
got a
is
good
great too.
bedside manner,
Yeah.
and he's got a good
Uh,
demeanor.
Yes.
You can tell he's.
also,
I mean, his wife got shot in the face, guys.
yes,
Right?
Yeah.
Gabby Gifford.
Gabby
I
Gifford
mean,
is
talk
his
about
wife.
domestic
He
terrorism and
wouldn't be
shit
a
going on.
senator.
These assholes, think that they got this by the butt. Just Scott Bessent and that other little spiny asshole, the little guy that's always talking about how good things are. Bullshit. This is all a game, and they know exactly what they're doing. And if we look at them like plays in a characters in a play, that we need to look at them that way, because these aren't actual people that are like doing it. These are brainwashed psychopaths that are straight up coming for us, and they think that we're coming for them, but we're not. They believe that, like you said, bro, like
We're
they
trying to talk a little sense into
they
their head
honestly believe that the left wings are lunatics and that we're going to come after them. We're coming for them.
because that's what
That's the
they've
whole
been
thing about
sold. They've been sold a bill
scapegoating.
of goods,
Yeah, it's all
especially
scapegoating.
by a man
No, it's a fact of they don't
And it's
realise
the
that
easiest thing.
democracy means two parties, a minimum of two parties. So meaning that democracy does not mean we want to be the rulers of the whole fucking
yeah.
planet, or in your case, the country.
Yeah,
We
but
want two parties. That's what democracy means. You debate
yeah,
the subjects.
old people though, they don't. Yeah, see, they don't care about that. They really don't care. They have no entertainment whatsoever to even entertain that idea, Dave. I'm not kidding you. Okay,
That's
the whole
sad.
Yeah,
debate
because
scene,
all
the whole
they hear
debate
is
scene
Trump's
online,
last
and
word.
anything popular online right now, in this whole debatosphere thing, this whole man culture thing, this whole black pill, red pill thing that's going on, has got people absolutely convinced. Okay, I'm telling you, they're froggy up here. They're really froggy up
Well,
here,
the gap, as I said, the
and
gap
ready
is
to jump.
wider.
And it's like, who are you going to jump at? Nobody's jumping at you, man. Like nobody's. We've had.
Did you
it's,
notice?
it's
cross
very
Did you
dangerous
notice?
times right now. And
You know, when
Donald
we got
Trump is
cross
not
burnings
helping
going on
shit
again
one
in
bit
North
at
Idaho,
all.
you know shit's going a little bit tight. You know?
Dangerous times, mate. You have got this situation. Picture this, right? You have got the dumbest fuck, retarded president ever in the world of any country, holding the most powerful fucking weapon ever devised by man, and he's
Isn't
running
that a
around
scary
the
thought?
playground of world politics,
Yeah,
and it's the safety switches off, right? The
This-
safety switches off.
Yeah, this dementia-ridden.
Let me slide this in real quick because I want to thank at Brother Jerry, who came in with a $2 donation and said, I'm a born and bred Texan leftist. Outstanding, Brother Jerry. There's a lot of us down here, brother. A lot of us. I'm sorry. I didn't want that to go by too long. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Uncle Fatty.
It's
Go ahead.
fine. Well, so that does scare me. We have a dementia-ridden He's Mr. Krabs for SpongeBob. That's who this guy is. This dude is basically Mr. Krabs with dementia, but sicker somehow, raging all the time, and he has the launch codes. How much this dude's? I'm just waiting for the day he gets mad and he nukes Pyongyang or something.
You know,
And
yeah.
just
Stephen
starts the
Miller.
nuclear
I
arms.
like
Stephen
to
Miller.
think the people holding that
imagine him-
suitcase next to his ass have a little more sense than that. You know,
Could you
it
imagine
is a
him and
fear.
Stephen Miller in a room, and Stephen Miller saying to Trump, "Yeah, go on, Trumpy, go
Go
on,
ahead,
buddy.
push the button.
You gotta
Let's go ahead and do it.
You got to show
Yeah.
you got the fucking
I could
balls
see
to
that
do
happening.
it." You know,
I could see that in certain situations. Not against Russia. Maybe against
no,
Venezuela.
they'll pick a country. They'll
Maybe
no, they'll
against
pick a country
Venezuela.
that's a long way from anyone, so there's no dirty air gets to America. So they're going to look at the airflow across the globe, and they're going to pick on some small island country that didn't pay the tariffs. So we'll blow them up. You know, don't pay your tariffs. I'll blow
He's the
you
type of
up.
asshole that would fucking put one on his own country. Is what he would do. It's exactly
Well,
what the fuck he would do.
Costco have flipped on Trump. Costco have got
Well,
Trump in court
Costco's
now,
suing.
and
Yeah.
$90 billion they want. They say they're
They
paid
want
in
their
Trump's
tariff money back.
stupid tariffs. Exactly.
They want
And
their stupid
looks
tariff
like
money back.
Looks like
I'll-
SCOTUS might say yes.
Let's see. Let's see. I think they got pretty solid ground.
So do I.
You know, and if that's the case, if that goes through, boy, howdy shit, don't you know that'll open the floodgates?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
You know.
because you've spent all the money. Trump's running your country on the credit card at the moment because all the money he spent on this fucking
Dave,
ice
are you
situation.
shitting me? We're rolling in the dough, buddy. We got so much money, and everybody's going to get a rebate. Everybody's going to get a whole. I seen the picture of Trump holding just a fan of $100 bills. Everybody's going to get some. Don't worry, it's in the mail.
Oh,
Checks in the mail.
yes,
Checks in
like
the mail.
the air traffic
Yeah, it's coming.
controllers.
It's coming.
The air traffic
Yeah.
controllers. They were all promised $10,000.
Got big checks.
That's not coming.
Yeah.
That's not coming. That's
Ain't coming, baby.
auto sign.
Yeah.
That's auto pen. Every
We have a
fucking president's used auto pen. Auto pen
He
is a
has been
standing
trained, though,
picture in
Dave.
the White House.
It's
has
anything
been
that they can
100%
throw out there
trained.
to distract from what the fuck he's doing. That's
They
it.
don't
That's
see
what the
this
auto
stuff.
pen is. That's what Venezuela
No.
is. It's a distraction. You know, I swear we're going into Venezuela to keep the news off the Epstein files. You haven't seen them yet, have you?
Absolutely.
Not a stinking piece.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that the attempt to distract from this has been failed so far? Have you noticed there's not been one mention of the 2 assassination attempts and the elevator of hell, the death elevator that was tried to use to assassinate? They tried to kill him with an elevator. Fuck.
Yeah,
You know,
with steps.
nothing that's been used is their publicity. They've not used that to say, oh, the extreme right or Antifa is, shooting us. That's how scared. Nothing. Why? Because they've got involvement there somewhere. They know they've got to shut up. We fucked up. Someone died. We fucked up. The only person supposed to die was a shooter. But hey, say nothing. These guys are such a bunch of gangsters that are running false flags, and that's what scares me. the midterms, guys. I really hope they go
know-
ahead, but I've got a gutty feeling you're going to have an issue getting the midterms up and going, or yeah,
You're talking about the actual vote?
I'm talking about soldiers on the street. Martial
Every
law.
state's National Guard. Every state's
That's
National
the-
Guard has been put onto alert readiness.
That would play
That's
right
where I
into his
say,
hands.
are you
That's how
a
come we have to be
soldier
very
of the
careful with our protests. No violence, baby.
Are you a soldier of the
None.
Constitution, or are you a mercenary?
That's it.
Well, isn't that a question?
Also,
And-
I'd like to. I apologize, but may I have the floor
Please.
for a bit or sometime soon?
Sure, go ahead.
Number one, just a quick statement before I get into the main topic. Jesus, I'm like 19 and this regime has aged me to look 40. I'm going to look like absolute hell by 28. I'm going to
Oh,
look like
shit.
absolute
A
hell
long way
by
to go.
28.
Are you 19?
And yeah, I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest person in here, I believe, in the server.
You would be.
Yeah,
You'd be
I'm
one of
sure
the
you would
youngest
be.
in the whole
I'm sure
group.
you would be.
Thank you. Thank you
Good
for,
to have
for
you,
being
brother.
involved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to be involved till the very end.
Good.
The end of what, you may ask?
Good.
The end of everything.
Good.
Are you a Boy
Because it was
Scout by
about the
chance?
time, 17, 18 years old, when I found the light of wait a minute, who the fuck's president and what did they do? And that's when I started paying attention. So yeah, welcome aboard, baby.
Yeah.
Stay
Thank
on the
you.
game.
And
Just
to
stay in the
answer-
game.
To answer, I believe it was Uncle Fatty's question. I was in Cub Scouts for like a few weeks when I was young, but that's about it.
Nice.
I kind of just put things together with hot glue and did the limbo.
Nice.
That's all about I did. And number two, I don't know if this topic has been. Oh wait, the bell.
Oh
No,
no,
go
he's
ahead.
just passionate.
Oh, I was tapping my pipe. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I recognize that
The
sound.
main, yeah, main topic. I don't know if this has been talked about, but I don't think that's no damn ballroom he's building. I have other
No.
ideas as to what that could be. That's the Führer bunker, ladies and gentlemen. I
Yes,
believe that's
absolutely.
I believe that's the Führer bunker.
It is 100%. It is.
I'm sure. I'm sure. You know, there's going to be a
It'll be
ballroom
an
built,
underground tunnel.
but there's a bunker underneath that sucker. You can bet your ass he's worried.
There's
I mean,
going to
if-
be.
If
Do
you
you
put
think?
in the timeline of how everything happened in Mussolini's regime, right, in the mid-20s, and then again in Germany, it's like if you put it into GPT and played it out in real life, and Stephen Miller's at the helm.
Boy, howdy shit.
For real, that's
Um,
what happened. I mean, that's what they're doing.
the real-
This is so identical. Yes, it's a bunker. Of course it is. That's the same thing Mussolini did. It's the same thing Hitler did.
I would love the
For the
generation.
same reasons.
I would
Yeah.
love this generation now of
But-
BMEG. Well, sorry, mate, I forgot your name, but the
Blaze.
the 80
Blaze.
Blaze. Thank you very much, Blaze. If the Blaze's generation and the generation after could just watch serious World War II movies for one night, things of the quality of the Schindler's List, not the storming the beaches and the troops get over the fucking barriers. No, not that. Where the background information of the war is involved, decent World War II movies, they would see the similarity of what's happening now in America. They would see it's a carbon copy.
Yeah, I've
that-
seen
those movies. Those movies should
and
be
that
on
starts with
CNN.
the division. It starts with dividing the country, convincing one group
Always.
to hate another group.
Always.
That's the key.
Yep.
That's the key to all of it, and that's exactly what Trump lives on. He has to have an enemy. He has to have somebody he could point to and say, if it wasn't for them, we'd have the greatest
Scapegoat.
nation on earth. We need to get rid of those people over there.
A scapegoat. He needs a
Yes.
scapegoat, always.
Yeah, and that's and sadly, there's a good portion of our population that goes right along with that shit. They want to blame somebody.
Political
They don't want to
gatekeeping.
fix it.
That's
Well, you've
That's
got
political
320 million people, John. 320 million people aren't going to all think the same.
No.
So you're bound. But the problem is the division, because of the numbers of the population, is going to be bigger. You know, everything's going to be bigger than a
That's why
country's
we
got
came up with
25
this
or
system
40.
to discuss our problems and elect
Fairly,
leaders to
reasonably.
representatives. And yeah,
Same
Yes.
thing in Italy and Germany. It's the same thing.
Where's
When the
Congress?
political party
Where's
when the
fucking
politi-
Congress?
well, that's a damn good question, Dave.
yeah, they're not
Because
calling
the
them out. They're not
Republicans,
doing
the
a damn
Republicans
thing.
have control of the Congress, and they're not doing the damn thing. They're watching
And
this
war.
rooting his ass on. Half of them, more than half
They've
of
made
them.
an alliance. You know, this is more than that. They just haven't not condoned them by not calling them out and not calling them and saying, you know, you can't be a part of our fucking group. Okay, we don't support Nazis. We don't support fascist fucking bastards. And that's what you guys are. We don't support. By not calling that out, right? They have ingrained those people into their party. It's the same exact thing as what happened in Italy. Same scenario as Germany. You know, it's gatekeeping. It's political gatekeeping when the extremist groups get incorporated instead of alliances. You know, they should be. This is so basic educational level.
Yeah.
Like
It's
hard to
let me
see.
just say,
I had a guy last night show me
Chino.
a 5-year-old video, Dave. He a 5-year-old video of a cigar boat that got
Yep.
blown up, like in some old thing that was played on Fox, and that's their one proof that this whole boat thing is a scam. Right?
What,
that we're
5
the
years ago
ones
they blew?
watching like
Like
12
5
different
years ago they
videos.
blew up a boat.
Yeah. But this, you know, this whole thing, they don't watch any news to the other side. They've been conditioned 100% that you only get your news source from me. Right? Trust no other sources.
Yeah.
It's all
Yes.
fake news. You can only trust me. Only I can deliver you the truth. Right? That's the Messiah complex that's happening with everybody that's not religious, that's part of this cult. Same thing as addiction, right?
They have
And it
never
really
ever
makes me
tried to
think
get
about the
incel though,
Serenity
have
Prayer,
they?
right? Because even with politics, right, we get fired up. You know, this is people's lives. This is our lives being affected, right? Because we're in the game. But we have to find that serenity. You know,
If
and
you're
whether
lucky.
it's a sober man that gets you know, completely locked into politics and locked into things of addiction that are just routines, that are you
But
know,
the
we
boat,
have to change our life.
the submarines
it's a
that
hard
they
thing.
jumped on, where'd they come from? All those submarines that you see in the video of this marine or whatever they are, the guards, they're jumping on the submarine and they're bashing on the hatch. Open the fucking hatch, get up here. And the submarine's shoving
Those
along.
are from the Bush era. Those are all leftovers from the Bush era when the like you said,
But
when
I seen a video only
cocaine
3 years ago.
Importation Association, or I mean,
Okay.
oh, I hear tell though. You know what? Speaking of that, if you say crack into a mirror
Crack?
at the stroke of midnight, right at the stroke of midnight, you say crack
Oh,
3
here we go.
times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mike Pillow will show up. Mike Lindell shows up with a box of foil and a box of baking soda. You know what I mean?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that.
By the way, I just remembered something funny.
Well, I have a chat here that's been bugging me for we normally play this song at least once or twice every show, and hell, we're almost damn well through the show. We haven't played it a bit, so to satisfy all our blue dots. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, bow, bow. Tell me that doesn't make me want to dance. It does, makes me want to snap my fingers and dance. There you go.
Oh.
Yep.
Also, I just remembered something that I was going to say earlier regarding the ballroom Führer bunker. Now, do you think that the Trump bunker is going to be decorated in the same third world dictator in the same third world dictatorship?
Gold here,
gold
here.
like
gold chair, gold table, gold
Gold and white,
gold
and white,
gold out in space.
That's it. He's got to have.
You know it.
It looks like those palaces they have in Arabia, those princesses have, or the princes, when he goes over there to the Arab Emirates and all that, and they got these big fucking castle thingies, and inside it's just like the White House. It's the same fucking thing. He doesn't want to look like he's anything less than they are, I suppose. He wants to look like he's as
he wants to
powerful
look
as they
like
are by the gold.
a king, a potentate. That's exactly what he wants to be imagined as. That's why he has all the gold. You know, he wants to be imagined as that.
Yeah.
And also, you do know in Tennessee,
it is.
They got him convinced, that's for sure. Just like his old man.
In the state of Tennessee, the libraries have been closed for a while. If you're wondering why, apparently, it's because they're going through all the books to eliminate any book that has anything to do with LGBTQ material.
Same thing they did in Idaho a few years ago.
Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, they did
Yes,
that in
it
Idaho
does.
3 years ago. Yeah,
Yes.
they're behind the times, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Think
this
about
stuff
it.
went out of.
For Liberty through all of our shit up here 2 summers ago. They came through here. I told you guys about it. Shit, they were burning books up in frickin' Bonner's Ferry, burning books out in the frickin' 55-gallon drum out in front of the frickin' library up there.
Say it
Seen that
again,
before in
Blaze.
history, have you?
Say it again,
Have
Blaze.
you seen that before
Go
in
on.
history?
Does
Yeah.
that sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen? Does this
It's
sound like
fucking
something that they
sad.
did in the 30s whenever a certain man took over power in Germany? Does this sound familiar?
Hey.
Yep,
we
and he
came
did
close
take
to
over
it.
power. Hitler was never elected.
No.
Well,
There was it was
Right.
like a takeover.
He was the
Go on,
he
John.
was the vice president. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like the second in charge.
Vice Chancellor.
Until he
Chancellor.
destroyed the Reichstag, destroyed all the records and everything in it.
well, history
Burned the
proves one
Reichstag.
thing, voters, like, we vote
The
against what
long
scares
knives.
us the most,
Yeah.
right? We don't vote for what we want. We vote for what scares us the most. We vote against that.
Well,
and
that should
he
make
has the
every
better
one of
fear
us
game,
get out and
and-
vote, baby.
Yeah, man. History just shows that we don't choose democracy. We don't end up choosing that.
And
ends up
he
being
always
just
makes
at this
sure
point.
he always makes sure he has the last word, and that last word or that last sentence has a large shock factor to it. So that's
Yep.
what you walk away from remembering. Don't let the other guy speak, because it seems to me that Dems have plenty of opportunities to kick back here and say, no, these are the real figures. No, this is what really happened. And they've got the ammunition to fight back, but I don't see them on TV. I know that the stations aren't giving the airtime, but certainly on the podcast, they do what I would love to see him do. All these guys got their own fucking podcasts, all these senators and fucking congressmen.
Yeah.
They're making a fortune off of fucking internet. A lot of them have got millions of subscribers. But bottom line is, what they say there, they're not saying on national TV. And it's really bad. It's really, because I also, the reporters are really bad. Seriously, it's almost the reporters are too scared to ask the hard questions. Certainly with Trump. But I just feel that MSNBC seems to be the only one that I can rely on in national TV. Do you feel the same, guys? MSNBC
Pretty much,
probably
yeah.
is the best.
And
they're
just
the
watching
most,
stuff straight.
they're the most reliable I watch, MSNBC. CNN tries to split everything. Like, oh, we don't look like this.
Sit in the
Yeah,
fence.
no,
They're
Yeah,
good
playing
for
both
breaking
sides of
news.
them.
If anything fucking happening in the world, CNN probably have it pretty quick. But as far as commentary goes, I tend to listen to more like the MSNBC or
ABC?
Also, as a lot of people in the live chat are saying that they hope Tennessee flips. Yeah, I hope that my home state flips like ocean blue.
What's happening now?
We're
You got
within
the
an
numbers?
hour. No, not that I can see over here. Let me check.
I got some numbers.
Do you?
Oh, thanks,
Let me-
Mr.
Yeah.
Chick.
Oh, there's
Go
a
ahead.
dog run. There's only 24.8% in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's holding 57 for the Republican and 41 for the Democrat.
I see
right
that.
now.
That's
I
a
see
good
that.
performance. That's a good performance.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We want to win, but even making a big dent in this county is heavily red. But the night's not over. And
It's not one county, it's a district.
yeah, district.
One district.
So
Yeah.
It still sends a message.
It's about 12 counties.
Apparently, it was the last election. It was like a big win by 40 odd points or something.
25% is. So
Yeah, they usually
So-
win like 62% or more for the Republicans in that.
Now, if that changes to they lose 20% of the vote compared to last time, sending a message to them saying what you're doing is not working. Now, do they step it up a level to combat that, or do they start looking like that? Like, I mean, I remember 3 weeks ago he was talking about the healthcare policy. Remember that 3 weeks ago? He was talking about healthcare. How they've got a policy because everyone was bitching about this
oh yeah, they got a
policy
policy.
to make the healthcare go up.
Yeah.
Nothing,
Republican
nothing.
healthcare plan. They've been working on it for
Yeah.
30 years. It ain't
I
nothing. They
blame
ain't got
both
one.
parties here.
They don't have one.
I blame both parties because you could afford it. Both parties have wasted money on defence. One, $900 billion. Let's go back a few years. Even so,
We
$750,
spend way
$800
too
billion
much
dollars.
on our defense. We spend an exorbitant amount on defense, and it's I swear it's a freaking racket, because it's
they
hard.
treat your
It's hard
budget.
yeah, it's one of those things that we need to protect ourselves. We need to have good weapons, and yeah, we do, but we are far superior than anybody else on this planet.
Yes.
In the methodology of war is changing, and so
Yeah, especially when we don't ever declare war and we go in and then we do what?
yeah,
we fuck everything
we
up
just
and we
do
pull
what the
out.
glorious leader says. Yeah,
Right?
that's
We haven't actually
that's where
won a war
Congress
since
should be
World War
stepping
II.
up,
Exactly.
because this fucking war
That's
on
what I was
drugs
gonna
bullshit.
say.
That's we all took it all these years of war on drugs because we're going to try to stop the drugs from coming in, whatever that metaphor was. Now we're talking about an actual war: missiles, tanks, guns, men on the ground. That it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's like the
that's
Falkland
what
Islands.
We haven't won. I apologize, John, but we have not won. We have not won shit since World War II, and even then,
it's pretty sketchy. It's pretty sketchy.
It was the damn. It was the Soviets that overran the.
Korea
we
is
weren't
still
even,
going on. Vietnam was a shitstorm that we shouldn't have been in to begin with, and since then, the only justification we had was Afghanistan after 9/11. We were hunting down bin Laden, and we couldn't find him there. And there's nothing to blow up in Afghanistan. So George and his glorious sidekick Cheney,
Rumsfeld and Cheney.
yeah, it turned into, let's turn it into a war against Iraq, weapons of mass destruction. Let's make it a contractor war, and that's exactly what it fucking was, a contractor war, a war of making money. And look what
He
that
took powder
fucking
into
brought
the fucking
us.
government. Who was the guy that held the fucking bag of powder and saying this is fucking what they're producing?
That was
Was that Cheney?
no, Department of, I want to say,
Because I remember,
State.
and
It
if I
was
recall,
Department of State.
how'd you get a fucking bag of powder through security into the White House Congress room or whatever?
Oh, it was
the
for
security,
a demonstration, I'm sure he would say, but yeah, he's holding up a bag of plutonium or whatever the fuck it was, talking about Iraq, and then they show pictures of nuclear reactors and shit on trains because they're moving around because they got to, it was a bunch of bullshit. It was sold as a bunch of crap. And that war led into Syria.
No
and all of the shit that we have suffered since was all because W. Bush and in Cheney wanted to make a lot of fucking money. And
There's actually a
during that
company
time
that-
is when I
that
started
made
using
that
my
plan.
voice. That's the first time I started going on radio stations and going, "Hey, this sucks. This is bullshit."
Yeah,
And that
I
I
remember that.
faced a lot of criticism for that too because it was a bad time. Yo, what's me? You fucking me? What's wrong with you? We're going after. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're just fucking killing people to make money. So Halliburton could go in there and clean up. It was disgusting, and I'll never fucking get over that. And now look at us.
Your boys and girls' lives were used as fodder, cannon fodder, to enrich other people, fascists.
Young
Meaning
men are
lives,
always used as
soldiers'
cannon
lives are
fodder,
cheap.
Dave.
Yeah.
Young men fight old men's
You know,
wars.
you're fighting a fucking war that someone else should be fighting. Get out and get in the boxing ring and box it out, you two guys.
Yeah,
You know?
I wish we could do it that easy.
That
Lord
would
have
save
mercy.
thousands of lives.
It would save the world,
Oh.
but we don't do it that way.
This is the
You want me
problem.
to get
See,
my
the
tap dancing shoes,
world
Bob?
court has no power. The UN and the world court. You got a war criminal in the White House, and Netanyahu is a war criminal, and the other fucking guy, Putin, but yet they got no power. The UN and the international court, because warrant for his arrest, do this, but they can't do jack fucking shit. And these guys are still traveling the world with warrants from world courts on their head.
Totally,
Right?
pal.
I mean,
Thank you.
and I've got a great fucking peace plan for fucking Ukraine and Russia. Putin, get out of there and go home. It's not your fucking land. Simple. You know? Jesus Christ. Did you see the US soldier make a video in Ukraine to Trump?
No.
It's in the
Oh, yeah.
chat room.
No, I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, you should watch it, guys. Should watch it.
I'll
I
watch
won't
it.
waste your
I'll watch
time.
it.
Yeah. It's in the chat
I'll
room
watch
there.
that as soon as we
But,
get
you
out
know,
of here, which we're going to wrap it up anyway.
how many American soldiers do you think
Good
are
one.
fighting in Ukraine? Or
One.
Americans that are not really there, but they're not there, but they're there, not there.
They're
How
there,
many
but not
Americans
there.
do you reckon?
International.
Yeah, they're there.
sure
Well, I
there's
know
a
we've
few.
got Australians that are here that are there, that are not there, but
Yeah.
they're here there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we have a few. There's some that just volunteer.
Every
Because
country has a few.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to step
now
up.
become a
Our
silent
president
war.
won't. And, you know, if you
No.
get me started on that whole thing, it's sad, it's disgusting what this president, this Donald Trump, has done to the country of Ukraine. Ukraine could have withheld anything Russia had. We've seen that. Russia's had to go to all corners of the earth to look for help in fighting this damn war.
They were
We
on their
could have
last
kicked their
leg.
ass
when
all the
Biden
way
left
back to the
office.
fucking border if we had a president that had any balls and who wasn't beholden to Putin for some damn reason, whether it's the PP tape or the what's the other tape? Bubba. It might be the Bubba tape. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but he's scared to death of him. And it just makes us weak on the world stage, and Ukraine is going to pay a price for it. And that's sad. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. Oh, darn it. VMEG,
I would say
you're
that he
going
idolizes
to have to
Putin.
forgive me because my memory is, it's what was your first
Blaze.
name?
Mr. Blaze.
What was it?
Yes. Blaze, sir.
Blaze.
Blaze.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in. Don't be a stranger. We're here 3 days a week, so pop in anytime. I'm glad you came in.
Will do, sir. And I'm
Outstanding.
glad that I joined.
There you go. Well, we're glad you're here. There you go. And Dave,
Yo.
thank you, brother. Always bring it to the table.
I try to. I try to bring some salami, bit of cheese for everyone,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. You know,
Fettuccine.
it always.
I'll
It's all,
bring some
and
more
I
wine and-
Fettuccine.
and
That's not
I like to share. You know, I like to share.
Well,
me
we
share this with
appreciate
you
that
guys.
you share it here.
Let me
We love
share
you,
something
Dave.
with you, just to make you feel like you're not the worst country in the world.
No.
Vatican City, you know the Vatican City?
Yeah.
Vatican City is where the Pope lives, right? The population of Vatican City, registered population, is 500. That's how many live in Vatican City. They have their own police department and all that sort of crap, right?
Yeah.
For 500 people. You know what the crime rate per year is? 600 registered crimes per year for 500
600.
people in Vatican. Yes, 600 crimes per year in Vatican City.
In Vatican
has
City.
500 people. And with the age of consent of 12 years old, they can take a 12-year-old to bed and you cannot do jack shit. Good night, America.
Good night,
Good night,
Dave.
Mr.
Thanks for
Chick.
bringing that to us. We appreciate it, brother.
I have
Take
a
care of
joke.
yourself. You
Uh-oh.
what?
And I have a
What do you
little I got a little joke
Hmm.
to end things off. Okay, I'll admit it, I stole this from Chris Valenti, but y'all will probably like it. About the Bubba thing. Putin probably called up Trump one day and said, Donald, if you do not have American soldier roll out red carpet on knees for me, then I post video of you on knees. Got it? That's that's why the Bubba thing scares him so much.
That's
Sounds about
probably
right.
exactly what happened. That's probably exactly what happened. I wouldn't put it past him a bit. Thank you there,
I'm
bud. We
thinking Bubba
appreciate
is
that.
a donkey in Tijuana. But then again,
The possibilities are endless here. You know that, don't you?
you never know with these guys.
Never know. You never know. Fatty, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it. Always.
Always appreciate coming up to the table. You know, just, man, it's all about serenity, right?
That's
When
it,
it comes
brother.
to
We try
politics,
to.
we just, you know, we can come up here and bitch about shit and get shit off our chest, but then we got to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves too, right?
Indeed. Indeed. We have
And
to.
hitting that thumb button and joining the Discord and ringing
Yeah.
that bell and subbing up to the program and
That
sharing
helps.
this shit out to everybody you know.
That helps a bit.
That's how this shit
So we
grows.
appreciate the shit out of it if you do that. It's all right down there. Anyway,
Right.
Fatty, thank you for that. And thank you for coming in, brother.
Have a good night, guys. Only
You
got
too.
about a foot of snow up here, so no snowboarding yet. But
I'll pray for you.
it's coming.
I'll pray for you. And miss you, chick.
Yeah, much love with that.
Much love,
Good
brother.
job.
Oh, thank you, baby, for everything you do.
Hey, you're welcome. And I just wanted to mention before we zip on up that I have a dog. It's going crazy. Today is also Giving Tuesday. To
Giving
wrap up
Tuesday.
the Giving Tuesday. And if you have a couple dollars you can spare, I would suggest Feeding America. It's a good organization.
Good organization. With
Yeah.
the righteous cause at an appropriate time. So, yeah. Anytime you can find a charity like that, give to it. It makes your heart feel better. It makes you feel like you're helping, even when it even if you can't give a lot, give a little. We can all do a little. And when we all do a little,
Yeah.
it bounces up to a lot.
And you can do a
Goes a long way.
little. You can do a little more. You can like, share, and subscribe, and
Yes.
share this
You
shit
could share
wherever you
this shit
can.
wherever you go. Don't cost you a dime. Has anybody done that?
Well, you know what? I hear tell there has been a few people that did that.
Who did this?
Well, there was Johnny H. in Georgia, Tony S. in Texas, Kevin K. in Florida, Brenda M. in Virginia, Herlinda P. in Texas, and Cindy S. in California. All figured out how to share this shit.
They all figured out how to share this shit. I'm sure you can do it too. The button's right down there. Share this shit. Maybe Miss Chick will call your ass out too. Anyway,
Coast.
coast to coast, baby, and around the world. Anyway,
Love it.
I appreciate every one of you for being here. This family that grows every time we open this chat. It just warms my heart, and I thank you all for it. Anyway, mañana's Wednesday. We'll get over Hump Day. We'll see what happens there, and then we'll be back here Thursday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So until then, take care of yourself. Put a smile on your face. Give that shit away to somebody else, and do the best you can in life. It's all we can all do. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for being here. Good night, family, and good night, Miss Chick.
Good night, John. Good night, Buddha.